Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Well, today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be about trains. I know, I love them too. But this is going to be about toys. And no, it's not going to be about Mark's toys. Um, as you know, I love tin toys, especially my trains. Um, it comes right down to it. I love basically all antique toys, especially the tin ones. But also occasionally the cardboard ones like this. Recently, I basically got an opportunity to pick something a little bit different up. Um, One of the things I like is I like vintage stoves. Don't ask me why. It's probably because of my grandmother. Um, I'm at the age where I know people that were born in the late 19th century, the late 1800s. My grandmother was one such person. And in her kitchen, she had this big, beautiful Atlantic range. It was originally a wood-fired range. And I'll tell you, that woman could cook. I haven't had a cupcake quite like the one she used to make. But anyway, recently I was able to acquire something. Now remember, when this was made, electricity was fairly new. So what did I get? Well, I got the great grandpappy of the Easy Bake Oven. This is a Western Electric Junior range. It was made about sometime around 1914 to about 1916. And yes, it did work. As you can see, it's got an oven and 6 burners. It's only got one heating element, and yes, it does work. And one of the most unusual things about it is the plug. This is all Bakelite, and it's quite redundant. Got several plugs on it, and it's got an adapter for you to put into a light socket. Now this is something you don't see, I don't think, anymore at all. You just screw this into a light bulb socket, and at the other end it's got a plug, and you just plug it in. And the strange part about this is instead of having a regular switch like we would have now, this one uses like a light switch. Yes. Push it on and off. And this is heavy duty nickel plated. I think the stovetop here is also nickel plated. I don't think it's chrome. A little knob on the oven, and yes, it does have an oven. Small. And yeah, I think that's nickel plated too. I mean, these things are getting harder and harder to find, but just imagine, this is a century old. About 100 years ago, some little girl got this for Christmas or her birthday. And as you can tell, it has been used. I'd like to think that it was used with a lot of joy. When this came out, electricity was fairly new. I mean, this thing has cloth-covered wiring. And this is all quite good shape, and it works. I plugged it in and tested it. A lot of people are afraid of doing that, but my advice to you is this: is inspect the cord first. If it doesn't have any breaks, and if it's still flexible, it's safe. Yeah, it doesn't have the ground technology we do now, but it will work. Just be careful about it. Don't, abuse it or be negligent with it. When you're using an appliance, this old care is the watchword. It even still has the original nameplate on it. Made by Western Electric. And it says Junior. Western Electric used to make the telephones back in the day. So it's a very well built sheet metal and nickel plated stove, and I'm not sure the element. I have not had the stove top off. I don't know if I'm even going to bother doing that, but at some point my curiosity might give out, and I'll probably take a peek in there. But yes, you can cook on these, and yes, you can bake things with them. It's just, this thing gets up to 500 degrees. So if you're going to bake something, make it quick. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd share it with this. This is one way. It never occurred to me to look at toy stoves because they're basically miniatures. It just never occurred to me to look in that direction. But now I have a very vintage cook stove and kind of pretty much the style that I like. I like a lot of different ones, including ones from the 40s, some from the 50s, and of course this time period as well. Some of them look like little gas ranges, but they're electric, of course. But yeah, for something that was from a time when electricity was new, it's interesting. You don't see toys that survive this long very often. Well, I hope you enjoyed. And if you do have an interest in stoves like this, there is an interesting channel called the Lucky Penny Shop. He puts out videos. In fact, he put out a series of cooking with some vintage stoves, including this one. He's kind of an influence on me on it. But yeah, check that channel out if you're into small vintage stoves like that. He's got quite a collection there. Until next time, have a good one.